Mix all ingredients. That's all the recipe says to do. Hello homemakers, I'm Melinda and I'm cooking my way through Betty Crocker's 1971 recipe card library, and today I'm making a sip and snack lunch. Sip and Snack Lunch is from section T, Impromptu Party Fare, and it's card number 9. So the idea with the Impromptu Party Fare section is that it's like things that you can pull together quickly last minute if people happen to come over. And Betty has this note at the bottom of the card. She says, add a pretty fruit salad and this dip and cracker snack becomes a lunch. And that's really the concept here, is that you're serving dip and crackers, but you want it to feel like a more cohesive meal. So you add a salad and you add kind of a festive drink. So I'm really intrigued by this card because it has an Ambrosia salad on it. I just feel like Ambrosia salad is like the most retro thing we could possibly make on this channel. So I'm excited to get into that. There's also a corned beef dip with crackers, and then we're serving it with a cranberry rosé. So I'm very excited to sip and snack. Let's get started. Okay, a lot of ingredients here. For the Ambrosia salad, we need a can of mandarin orange slices, apple, bananas, sugared dates. I couldn't find those, I got regular dates. 2 tablespoons of fruit salad dressing, which we'll get into that later, but I had to look up a recipe for fruit salad dressing, and I'm gonna make a lime honey fruit salad dressing, which also requires an egg. Then we need lettuce cups to serve it in. So I got some iceberg lettuce and some toasted coconut for on top. For the corned beef dip with crackers, I have a can of corned beef spread, some sour cream, an onion, dill weed, salt, pepper, and then the crackers. And then finally for the cranberry rosé, we need rosé, cranberry cocktail, and carbonated water. Let's get going. So I thought we would start by making the fruit salad dressing. As I mentioned, the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons fruit salad dressing, as if that's a condiment that you can buy in a store, like ketchup. And maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that exists. Maybe it did a long time ago, but like after doing a lot of Googling, I can't seem to find that they sell fruit salad dressing in a pre-made kind of way. I just found a lot of recipes for fruit salad dressing. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I should just make some. And so I went to the Betty Crocker picture cookbook. This is the, I don't know, 1965 edition. I don't remember. But there's a lot of salad dressing recipes, and specifically there's a whole like kind of page on different fruit salad dressings. And so after like looking through a few of them, I think the best option was the honey lime dressing. She says it's delicious with fruit salads such as Waldorf orange or a combination of cut up pineapple, bananas, grapes, and dates, good to over molded gelatin. So I figured there's bananas and oranges and dates in this salad, so I guess this would be a good fit. So we're gonna make this recipe. All right, I thought that I would only make half a recipe because I only need 2 tablespoons. So we're gonna do 1 egg. I don't really understand why there's an egg in this, especially like a whole egg, well beaten, because later in the recipe she says you're supposed to cook it until it's clear. Well, it's never gonna be clear if there's an egg yolk in it, right? I don't know. So we're gonna do 2 or 3 tablespoons of lime juice, but we need half that, so that's like a tablespoon and a half. Maybe I just kind of eyeball it. I think that's actually kind of a tablespoon and a half. Then we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of honey. Ooh, mama. Then we're gonna put our egg in. Very strange, very strange. Then it says cook over medium heat until thickened and mixture becomes clear. So let's go over to the stove here. I'm trying to stir it, get the egg and the honey combined, but it's a real bizarre texture. Like they don't appear to be things that want to be combined. The risk of turning this into scrambled eggs. I think I'm gonna call this done. It does smell like honey. I am gonna put it through a sieve, because some of the egg white did get cooked and I just don't want that in there. This is probably one of the weirdest things I've ever made on this channel. It's similar to how I assume you made, I feel like I one time made lemon curd, and this is giving lemon curd vibes. I didn't do a good job making it, but I made it. Great, so now we let this cool, and then we're gonna fold in whipped cream right before we mix it in with the salad. So I wanna get this to cold temperature so it goes on the cold salad nicely. All right, I figured we'd start with the corned beef dip, which to make that you need a can of corned beef spread. I have Underwood brand. I recently did an episode using their ham spread and talked all about the history of Underwood as a brand, so you can go ahead and check that out. I'll put a link up above. But what I learned is that I liked the ham spread, so I think I might like this corned beef spread too. I don't know, we'll find out. Looks may be deceiving. It might look like cat food, but it tasted good. Okay. So yeah, mix all ingredients. That's all the recipe says to do. 1 can, 4.5 ounces of corned beef spread. Okay, now we're gonna go in with a 1/2 cup of sour cream. I feel like there's almost more sour cream than corned beef in this, but I guess that's okay. I guess that's what Betty intended. And then this is a tablespoon-ish of finely chopped onion. And then we're gonna do, I'm not gonna measure, I'm just gonna do, it's 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper. So just kind of eyeball that. And then 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball that. And then a teaspoon of dill weed. When you're making dips, you know, you don't have to be precise. This isn't rocket science. Now let's mix it up. Okay. Huh. Very white. I guess the stuff in the photo is white, or it's like pink. Yeah, I'm curious to know if I have the wrong ratio of meat sour cream. Okay, let's get this in the fridge and move on to our Ambrosia salad. All right, for the Ambrosia salad, we're gonna need an apple chopped, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. This is really just an assembly type of lunch. Not a lot of cooking to do. I'm using a Jazz apple. I was really struggling to pick the correct apple for this, and I hope Jazz is crispy enough, because I hate when an apple is mealy. It's not good. I don't know much about Ambrosia salad, but I have a feeling that this is not the typical Ambrosia salad. My understanding of it was that it was more of a kind of marshmallow Cool Whippy kind of dish. And this does not have that. We are gonna put some whipped cream in the dressing, so we'll get that vibe, but yeah, a little bizarre. I'm gonna try to dice this, let's see here. This is what I know about Ambrosia salad. I know that it was maybe invented in the South, maybe started as a Southern dish, but maybe it was invented in Vermont. We don't really know. I know that ambrosia is kind of from Greek mythology. It means food of the gods. And there's kind of stories in Greek mythology that if you ate ambrosia, you'd become immortal, which makes sense to me because I know in The Sims 4, if you kill someone accidentally, you could bring them back via ambrosia if you cook that. So I see why it's used for bringing people back from the dead. It just feels like such a quintessentially 50s thing to me. I don't know if it's just because in Edward Scissorhands they talk about Ambrosia salad and that movie gives off like mid-century vibes. Are these small enough? I don't know. When you look at the photo, they're like kind of big chunks. It's a chunky salad. Calling this done. Then we need 2 bananas. Okay. What else? Oh, the dates. I don't know what sugared dates are. I assume that it just means that they sell the dates like kind of coated in sugar. Is that stupid to assume? Oh, dates are weird. They look like little bugs. Okay, we need 1/4 cup of chopped dates. So I'm just gonna give these a little slice. Dates, figs, prunes. They're all giving me the same vibe. They're very strange. They feel very alien. Kind of like a sweet version of an olive. So then the last thing is mandarin orange, which I'm gonna try to drain. So mandarin orange going in. I didn't really read if I was using the right amount. 1 can, 11 ounces. Well, it's too late now. This was 10.7 ounces, okay? It's fine, it's fine. All right, now let's finish the dressing and then we'll toss it together. Oh, interesting. Look how thick it got in the fridge. It really is like a curd situation. Okay. All right, here's my secret trick. If you need a little bit of whipped cream, but you don't want to like make a whole mess of things, use a mason jar, because you can even use the side of the mason jar to measure. I need a 1/4 cup of whipped cream, so I measured 2 ounces, and then you just shake it. It takes a minute, but it'll become whipped cream, I promise. It's getting there. It's kind of like soft peaks. I think that's good enough. Okay, now I'm putting the whipped cream into this weird lime honey curd we've made. And then I'm gonna fold that together. See, what's interesting about this, like I would not have called this a dressing, but it makes sense for Ambrosia salad, which is supposed to be creamy. Looking at the photo, it's not creamy at all. It just looks like the fruit is sitting in lettuce. So I really don't know what dressing I'm supposed to be using, but I'm going with what the old Betty Crocker cookbook suggests. It's lime, honey, creamy. Tastes good. All right, here we go. Oh wait, I only need 2 tablespoons. Ooh. Okay, let's just do like a scoop like that. That's probably 1 or 2 tablespoons. But I don't know. We'll mix it up. We'll see how we feel. This is a lot of fruit. I made all of this for a reason. Like right now I can hear the apples and they're dry. I don't want a dry apple in the house. So I'm gonna let both the dip and the salad chill in the fridge for a bit so it's nice and cold, and then we will plate it up and serve it. All right, and now for the final component of our sip and snack lunch, the sip. We are going to stir together 2 cups of rosé, chilled. So let's do that first. That's 1 cup. And a 2nd cup. This better taste good. Otherwise I've wasted a bottle of rosé. And then we're gonna do a cup of cranberry cocktail. Ooh, so pink. And then 2 cups of carbonated water. 1, 2. So pretty! Oh, she's beautiful. Okay, then it says to garnish with a lemon or orange wedge. So I have a little lemon wedge going on here. It's very light. Like the color is so much lighter compared to what it looks like in here. Okay, let's assemble our snack and then we'll sip and we'll snack and we'll sip and we'll snack. Let's do it. All right, time to assemble. I'm gonna start by filling my little dish with the corned beef dip. Feels very loose compared to what I'm seeing on the card, but that's okay. Then we're gonna put our fruit salad into this lettuce cup. I just have like a big hunk of iceberg lettuce that we're gonna kind of fill this up with. Oh no, once again, my attempts to be dainty. Not going well. Cute, cute. And then we're gonna do a little bit of toasted coconut on top of the salad. Yum, yum. And then we're just gonna fill in the rest of the plate with the crackers. I had to buy multigrain. It's the only one I could find. That's it. Time to sip and snack. All right, time to taste. We'll start with this dip, which is, like I said, a little thin. But maybe with the cracker, it's fine. Yeah, it's really good. Very similar to the ham spread. Yeah, very similar set of spices probably going on. I don't know what corned beef spread is supposed to taste like, but when you mix with the sour cream, it's pretty good. Yeah, if it was just a little bit thicker. If I just put a little less sour cream in, I think it would be even better. Now, onto the Ambrosia salad. Let me cleanse my palate with a little bit of this cranberry rosé. What was it called? Yeah, cranberry rosé. I mean, it kind of just tastes like rosé. I almost wish there was more cranberry in it. It's just like rosé with a hint of bubbles. But I think if I added another splash of cranberry, it would taste, it doesn't taste bad, it just tastes like watered down rosé. So if you're trying to make like a fun summery drink, yeah, a little bit more cranberry would go a long way there. All right, my palate is cleansed. It's time for the ambrosia. Make sure I get some apple here, some mandarin orange, some banana. It's giving baby food vibes. The banana and the orange are just so squishy that they just kind of like disintegrate in your mouth. And I like, well, it's hard to say. Let me taste an apple again. The dressing is nice. It adds a little bit of sweetness to it with the honey. I'm not really tasting the lime, but it brightens things up. Yeah, I think this is an interesting thing to eat. Can't say I'm enjoying it. The last thing I made that had bananas in it was the fondue loha, and it's like similar vibes. I had chicken in it, so it was like a whole other world, but maybe I just don't like salads with banana in them. I'm not really a banana girl. That's interesting. And so yeah, it's not often that I am served kind of a wet fruit salad like this, you know? The only fruit salads I typically experience in my real life are the ones with like melon in them. Melon and berries. So this is just like a different vibe. I was looking up the history of the Ambrosia salad, and it was saying that it became popular because right around the time in the kind of mid-century where a lot of these kind of more exotic fruits were easier to obtain, like oranges and coconut and pineapple. People wanted to show off that they like could make this exotic dish with all of these fruits from faraway land. Very interesting. I don't think I got a date. Let me try a date. I don't want to, but I will. Yeah, I might pass on the dates next time. I mean, this would be good with a raisin in it. If you put raisins instead of dates, that might be tasty. Weird. Weird. Let me put more cranberry in. Yeah, you're starting to get more cranberry. I like that. That's feeling more like a special type of little cocktail to me. All right. Tastes pretty good. No complaints. All right, sip and snack lunch. This was a fun one to make. I love the concept of like putting together two more like snacky dippy things and calling it a lunch. I think that kind of works. And I love the addition of the little drink, the little beverage. The dip was good. Like I said, I think I put too much sour cream in it, so it's a little looser than I would have liked, but it still tastes really good. Something about combining that canned meat with cream, which is what we did in the ham snacks episode, like sour cream or cream cheese, it just like really elevates the flavors and like creates a really nice creamy dish. So I really like the dip. The Ambrosia salad's a little weird to me. I just like the bananas, squishy things in food weird me out. So I didn't like the bananas and the mandarin oranges. I probably wouldn't make the Ambrosia salad again, but it was fun to try. And I think that it does kind of balance out the dip with something sweet after having something so savory. So yeah, I think it's a fun idea. I think I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5 red spoons. Okay, back in the box. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and until next time, happy homemaking.